an independent business distributor for Science. I came about Science a couple of months ago, but what really led me to it happened to be a personal health issue. We started around 2010/2011. I was diagnosed of having meningioma, which is a brain tumor growth in my head. Around that time, I went all over the places, did so many tests at different hospitals, both here in Nigeria and in the US. And it dawned on me that I had to go through surgery. Eventually, I went to India for the surgery. And when I got to India, I went through some series of tests over there. And in the process of the test, I was also discovered to have kidney cancer. So the doctor said, first of all, the meningioma is not life-threatening. Although I was in pain, in fact, I couldn't write. The evidence was obvious. I couldn't even write. My writing was not legible. I couldn't sign my signature. I was not working properly, you know. And then they said the kidney cancer must be done first. I never had any pain around my kidney anyway. So I went through the operation to remove the kidney, the cancerous part of the kidney. Luckily, I still have the kidney is still in me, but they just cut off the affected area. So I did another surgery just about 2 weeks after that kidney surgery to remove the brain tumor. After the surgery, I was to be discharged about a day, maybe or so. They told me they will discharge you the following morning. And a day before the discharge, I went into a coma. I was just talking with my wife and some people who came to visit me at the hospital. And I just passed out, went into a coma. The next thing, I found myself in the intensive care unit when I woke up. And I asked the surgeon, what happened? He said it was a kind of epileptic seizure, you know. So I started wondering, what's that got to do with this? He said, well, you know, after doing a brain surgery, such things could happen and stuff like that. And he was even grateful to God that it happened, because he claimed that if it had happened in the aircraft, you know, I was to be discharged the following day. If it had happened at the aircraft while on my way back to Nigeria, it would have caused a lot of panic and caused more problem. And also, the people around might not even know what to do. So, at any rate, he said the good thing is that they will address the epilepsy issue. And I was later placed on some series of drugs to address the epileptic issue, you know. And one of the drugs is this one, and this. So, and before that issue came up, I had other health issues anyway, before I went for the surgery, like diabetic, BP, you know, and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, the number of drugs I was taking were like 12 different drugs in a day at a time. And I take all these drugs 3 times a day, you know. This I forgot. After the surgery, I also had another issue. I developed thrombus in my right thigh, and the leg was swollen. So they had to also give me warfarin, which is to reduce the thrombus, address the thrombus, you know, blood clot. So, and I was advised to be monitoring this thing on a regular basis when I get to Nigeria. So I always go to LASUT, to the hematological department in LASUT, to monitor the situation. Eventually, there was a day while I went to LASUT, I was sick with malaria, and I complained about it to the doctor. They were perplexed. They said, look, we don't want to add more to your drugs because you are taking too much drugs. By now, we even think you will have stopped some of these drugs. And from the look of things, we don't want to add more to it. I was taking about 36 drugs in a day, 12 in the morning, 12 in the afternoon, 12 in the evening. So I end up using alternative medicine to address the malaria issue, because I started using agbo. In Nigeria we call it agbo, it's herbal product. So at the end of the day, there was another time I had to do a follow-up in India. When I went for the follow-up, they did a lot of tests. They discovered I had another issue, which happened to be prostate cancer. So they had to address that too. And eventually, they also discovered that I had a lot of malaria parasites in my blood. What the doctor said about the malaria issue is that, yeah, you've been taking too much drugs, and we don't want to add to your drugs because of obvious reason. That was exactly what my Nigerian doctor said, So I started wondering if the doctors are afraid to add to my drugs. And they said the drugs I've been taking have not been improving the situation. So what's the point? Why are they, I was in a dilemma. Eventually, when I came back to Nigeria, I ran into a friend who happened to be an homeopathic doctor. That one advised me to just discard all those drugs. I should throw them away, that I was killing myself gradually by taking all these chemicalized drugs. So he gave me another option to go homeopathic, which I did. Started giving me homeopathic drugs, which I was using. But the funniest thing is that those drugs I was using from him was too expensive for my liking. The guy charged me 1 million naira. In Nigeria, 1 million naira, as at that time, was a lot of money. Even now, it's a lot. So, but because I was working, I could afford it at least to an extent. So I went through with this program, and I stopped using all these drugs. When I left my former place of work, after retirement, I couldn't afford continuing with the homeopathic drugs, so I just abandoned it. Sometimes in May this year, I fell sick. Started with cold, catarrh, fever, then typhoid, throughout May till middle of June. And in the process, I was going from one doctor to the other. Then later on, I noticed that I started having the symptoms I used to have before I went for surgery, like headaches, pains in my neck, my shoulder. Then all of a sudden one day, my right hand started trembling, and I couldn't write legibly. There was a particular day I went to the bank, and I had to fill some form and sign my signature, and it was really not legible. My signature was very, very irregular, and in fact, I almost shed tears, because it was like, oh, does it mean this thing started coming back again, And then eventually I had to call a friend of mine who happened to be a medical doctor. And he told me that I should go back to my anti-epileptic drug, which I left years ago. So I really didn't want to go back to those drugs, and but it looks like I didn't have a choice. I now went to search for the drugs. I picked one of them. I discovered that it had already expired, and I couldn't really use them. So basically, these drugs, I got them from India, and I said, okay, let me go and see if I can get them here in Nigeria. So before then, I had to pray to God over it. And because I really didn't want to use it, I had to pray to God to direct me on what to do. And the following morning, I woke up, I took the bottle in my hand with the idea of going to the chemist to look for the drug to buy. And a friend of mine came in just before I left home, and started telling me about new business in town. The idea was to get me involved in the business side of phytoscience. So when I discovered it was a multi-level marketing business, I told him I was not interested. And he continued and continued. I said, look, I'm not interested. Then eventually he said something, he was telling me things about their product. And he mentioned that the flagship product is a double stem cell, which is this product. And he said the product is very good, and you can use it for virtually everything, cancer, you name it. So in the process, he now mentioned somebody who used it just about 3 months ago. The person was introduced to it, and the person had epilepsy from childhood. And he said the thing addressed is an epilepsy condition. And for the past 3 months since he had been using this thing, the product, he had never had any epilepsy seizure again. So this thing just struck me. That was the link. Because I had this situation where the doctor said, look, go and buy an anti-epileptic drug. So I said, are you sure you are saying the truth about this product? He said, yes. And I said, okay, where's the company? He said, they are in Ikeja. And I said, okay, let me get dressed and follow you. So that was how the guy took me there. I got there, and then I told them I want to buy 2 packs of this product. So the guy at the desk there told me, Oga, if you are buying 2 packs, why not register as a distributor? I said, look, I'm not interested in selling product. I just want to get well. And the man said, you see, if you register as a distributor, you are going to pay $90, and you get 2 packs of this product, and I wanted 2 packs. And he said 2 packs is $120. It is really $60 per pack. So he said, at the end of the day, you are going to get a change of $30 equivalent. So I saw it as a kind of economic sense. So I said, okay, what do I have to do to register? I said, just fill the form, and that's all. And pay $90. So that was what got me into it. I paid $90 equivalent in Naira. Then I filled the form, and I was given 2 packs of the product. So I left. My friend came back about a week and started telling me, let's go for the meeting, let's do this. I said, look, I'm not selling this product. I just want to get well. I'm not interested. You know, at the end of the day, reluctantly, I think about 3 weeks after, I reluctantly followed him. And when I got there, I had a lot of story about this product and how the business run. And I just look at it and say, well, why not just use your stumbling block as a stepping stone to greater heights by doing this business after all? You don't have anything to lose. So that was how I got into it. And I've been using this product since I got into it. And in fact, within 2 days, my hand never trembled again. And I could sign my signature without any problem and stuff like that. Since then, I've been using the product. I've used some of this. I've used this. This is Snowfield. This is the double stem cell, the flagship product. And this is Snowfield, which is good for the blood system. You remember, I said I haven't had blood clot in my system, you know. So since it's good for blood system to purify your system, I decided to use it. And this one is good for slimming and controlling fat in the body, correcting blood sugar and stuff like that. So I've been using this product since then. I never had any problem as I used to have before. As a matter of fact, just before I started using this product, I had one issue. I was having urinary retention. You know, like you go to the toilet and the urine won't flow out very well. You have to go back off and on. This is a symptom of prostate cancer. I'd already done prostate surgery, and it's like the thing was coming back with that urinary retention, you know. So since I've started using the product, I go to the toilet and it comes out freely. So there are so many things that it has been doing for me, and This is how I got into using this product, and I'm still using the product to maintain my health. PT scan and go for, when I went for the test. MRI, PET scan, we want to find out